Okay, let's look at the main screen. We have question paper, picture based questions, flashcard test, and getting out of the system. Now apart from these four options, you also have two diagrams, which basically we call it as activity diagrams, or which more commonly is maybe referred to as flowcharts. Now this one on the right basically shows how this software can be used by a student as part of his self-study. Now it requires a little bit of study, but it's worthwhile to go through this flow. Basically what you do is start from this point and keep following the arrows, and every time you reach a decision point, decide either yes or no, and accordingly keep going forward. Now on the left hand side you have the again same the flow that needs to be used as part of a school a lecturer's schedule. Basically how this software can be useful to a lecturer in a school environment or maybe in a tuition environment. Apart from this, now let's actually go into these options and see what it does. Now here there seems to be a lot of things. Here on the left hand side you have the entire question paper. Then next to that, these are called spinners because they basically go up and down, they spin the numbers. This is for number of lines to print. Now many times what happens when you generate a paper, you end up with some blank lines on a new page, or maybe just one line on a new page. So instead of wasting one page, what we can do is take it down. We can take it down and we can reduce the number of lines to be printed. So I just adjusted it. So just have a look at it and keep adjusting. So now it will come into one single page. Now here in this system you also have the option of printing, generating multiple versions of the question paper. That means nothing but you yourself can do it one by one. What it does is it helps you to do it in one shot. So you choose the number of versions. Currently it is set to 1. So you just keep clicking on this. So now when you print paper, it will print 3 different versions of the paper based on the same parameters. Now these are basically chapters. Now before I explain this, let's look at the right hand side. You have the list of all the chapters which is part of the syllabus. Now the syllabus is based on an NCERT, which is now common to most of the states as well. As far as I am concerned, it is also applicable to our Karnataka state. And here you have the different types of questions that will be generated and the number of questions that should be generated. And this shows you the number of questions that are totally available for these 3 chapters, let's say. So as you select the chapters, accordingly these total number of questions available will be updated. Now what this does is when you click on the up arrow, you see the starting chapter number keeps increasing. If I click on that down, the starting chapter number keeps decreasing. Similarly here I can choose, as you notice, since there is no other options available, it's very clear that you cannot choose discontinuous chapters. That means you can't choose 4, 5 and 9, 10. You have to choose chapters in sequence only. Okay. Now coming to the next option. Now this is basically % of total questions. Now whenever you select chapters, you will notice that there are total questions available. What percentage of these questions should be generated in the question paper? That is what we have to specify here. Now here it is actually currently it is showing as 5%. We could reduce it to less or we could increase it to more. As you keep clicking, the number of questions that will be generated keeps changing. Now, apart from this, you have an option called specify image path. This is basically that there are in certain subjects I have included picture based questions. Now, these picture based questions basically pick up the images from a particular folder where you might have put these images. Now, here you just have to specify where exactly it should look. Then you have the generate question paper. Now, let's just click on it and see what exactly happens. Okay, now you see you have got 6 numerical problems, then you have 6 fill in the blanks, you have around 12 answer the following questions, you have 1 do as required. Basically, do as required is a hodgepodge of different types of questions, and then you have short notes. Okay, and you could use print paper to actually print the paper. Now, all chapters is nothing but a shortcut to select all the chapters in one shot from 1 to whatever is the total number of chapters available. And you have close, which takes you back to the main screen. So, coming back to the main screen, you have picture based questions. If there are no questions available for picture based questions, it will display this, and you basically can't do anything much with that option. Now, if you click on flashcard test, you get something like this. Now, this would be very useful in a group study kind of environment where 4-5 students sit together, discuss among each other, and they want to test out each other, maybe have some kind of a fun kind of competition among themselves, with the stakes being a cup of tea or whatever. You click on next, it shows you the next question, next, and you want to check the answer, just click on answer, it will show you the answer. Nothing great, very simple. And that is as far as the, if you want to send me any feedback, you can send it to this email ID. Hopefully, I'll find the necessary time to reply to that. If the ideas are really great, I would respond to it without fail and try to incorporate it into the system. So, that's it for now. Thank you and